Hello, YouTube. I will talk today about a very unusual creature, basically in the heart of Russia, in Tver Oblast, which is a federal subject of Russia. Tver Oblast is a region of lakes such as Seliger and Brosno. Much of the remaining area is occupied by the Valdai Hills, and it's where the Volga River, the Western Dwina, and the Dnieper have their source, all those rivers. Lake Brosno is located near Andriapol, northwest of Moscow. It is believed that this is the deepest lake in Europe, but in the Tver region for sure, its official depth is 41 meters. The lake is surrounded by several abandoned villages. This remote place is dotted with abandoned, dilapidated houses falling apart, literally. And it gives the area an eerie look. Many people who visited this place claim that they felt isolated and lost away from any signs of civilization. So Brosno Lake is only 7.2 kilometers. Its length is, in total area, its length is 11 kilometers and its width is 4 kilometers. Moreover, Brosno is the deepest lake, like I said, in the Tver region. To reach its bottom, you need to dive by almost 41 to 42 meters. I think this is a really mysterious place, recalls Marina Gavrishenko, who was a journalist for the newspaper Caravan. The stories told by eyewitnesses confirm my opinion. We met with local residents who were completely sane and adequate. Moreover, all the legends about the mysterious monster are rooted in the depth of centuries. I am sure that the legends and rumors cannot arise out of nothing. And there are also ruins of a sunken church that rests in the lake. So this abandoned, dilapidated church basically adds to the ominous factor present in the Lake Brosno. However, the building does not stand on the shore of the lake. It's on its bottom. After flooding a few years ago, the church became part of the lake and just another mystery of the area. Since it is underwater, it is dangerous to explore the ruins. Since researchers and archaeologists cannot reach it, perhaps no one will ever know what happened to the church and why it is now underwater. It is unclear if it has anything to do with the creature that may live in the lake. But again, the fact of it certainly raises thoughts. And although some people attribute it to flooding, we're not sure at this point. Cryptozoologists have turned their eyes to Lake Brosno. They categorically declare that a real water dragon lives in the lake, and they affectionately call this creature Brosnya. The first mention of the Brosno monster dates back to the time of the Tatar-Mongol invasion into Russia. According to legend, Batu, he was Genghis Khan's relative, and he was very active during the later invasion of Russia. Anyway, his troops stopped at the shore of the lake. At night, the warriors heard a strong splash of water, and then they saw a huge monster come ashore and attack people. The army fled in terror. The Khan, or warlord as a designation, considered this to be a bad sign, and he ordered his army to retreat. According to the stories of the local residents, during the World War II, the monster swallowed a Nazi pilot who ejected from a downed plane into the waters of Lake Brosno. Some claim to have seen the scaly head of the monster above the lake's surface in our days, and we'll keep coming to this. Although the first legends about Brosnya date back to the 13th century, people, again, still claim that sometimes they see this creature slowly dissecting the surface of this deep lake. In 2002, members of the Cosmopoisk Research Association went to Lake Brosno to investigate the creature from a scientific point of view. To explore the depths of the lake, the team used an echo sounder. The echo sounder recorded an anomaly, recalled the head of Cosmopoisk, Vadim Chernobrov. There was a huge jelly-like mass the size of a railway carriage, which ascended 5 meters above the bottom. The mass remained motionless. The team tried to make the mass move by dropping an explosive device into the water. Vadim Chernobrov, the scientist, author, researcher, and leader of Cosmopoisk, who passed away untimely in 2017, said this: "When the device exploded, the creature began to rise slowly. They looked at the water and it was transparent. There was nothing like a monster, but something unusual was still felt in the water of the lake. The researchers determined that this mass belongs to the type of the so-called globster, an organic mass that cannot be identified. Although they believed that it could have been alive at one time, they could not determine what it was. In 1996, a group of journalists and photographers from the newspaper Caravan went to Lake Brosno to investigate this creature. Although they agreed that the lake was mysterious and the existence of a creature in its water was possible, the team did not make any observations. However, in the same year, tourists in this area were allegedly luckier. While relaxing on the lake, a family from Moscow found out about the presence of the creature after their 7-year-old son saw a dragon in the water and started screaming. Although the family reportedly took a picture of the creature, it was blurry. Even more unfortunate is that this photograph has since been lost, as have all other images that witnesses claim were ever taken, which means there is no real photographic evidence of Brosnia. Well, they say that Brosnia looks like a dragon with scaly skin and a long tail. According to legend, Brosnia is more like a dragon than all other creatures. Witnesses claim that the beast is about 5 meters long and it has a long tail, which it apparently uses for swimming and diving. Brosnia's head resembles the head of a large fish. It also has a large mouth to swallow boats whole, a feat that inspired many terrifying stories that sowed fear among those who live near Lake Brosno. Although how many people live around this area at this time in the Russian history, really, I'm not so sure. The scales allegedly cover the entire body of Brosnia, which makes the creature look like reptiles, such as lizards or snakes. Stories claim that the scales of the Brosnia shimmer and glow due to bioluminescence. This is a rare feature for a cryptid, which makes the Russian cryptid extremely unique, especially among its relatives, lake monsters. However, despite its resemblance to a reptile, scientists say that Brosnia must be a mammal, otherwise it would not have been able to survive in the cold Russian climate. And some believe that Brosnia is actually a dinosaur that somehow escaped extinction and managed to survive to the modern era. The supposed shape of the creature suggests an extinct order of reptiles with teeth like mammals, said paleontologist Nikolai Dikov. Modern observations suggest that it swims near the surface of the lake, but becomes skittish when you get too close. Despite the fact that some locals continue to be afraid of Brosnia, by the way, look at the official warning that they have by the lake. It's in the photos that the government put up. Anyway, stories about its behavior suggest that the creature calmed down over time. People who saw this creature in the 18th and 19th centuries claimed that it appeared only in the evenings and instead of swallowing people on boats, was entertained by simple swimming about. In addition, it was clearly timid because, according to legends, the creature dived into the depths and disappeared when someone tried to approach it. After such cases, Brosnia allegedly would not appear again for several days. Random sightings of this creature swimming along the shore continued until the late 1990s, when locals again began to fear that Brosno could pose a danger to them. Many people explained the stories about Brosno, claiming that witnesses mistook other animals for mysterious creature. Some believe that people actually saw a pike, which may have grown to a large size after having lived for 100 years. Others argue that a mutant beaver would explain the mysterious appearance of the creature well. Some locals recall seeing moose and wild boars swimming across the lake from time to time, and some believe that witnesses may have mistaken one of these swimming animals for a monster. This is certainly a possibility, since the appearance of these animals would most likely have been different due to wet fur, which may have been covered with leaves or other vegetation that the animal picked up while swimming. There may be a volcano at the bottom of the lake, and bubbles from volcanic eruptions look like the presence of a living being. Scientists know for certain that there are many cracks at the bottom of Lake Brosno. Although they're not sure about the length and depth of these cracks, some believe that a volcano may be located in one of them. Theoretically, this volcano could erupt, the so-called limnic eruption, and emit a toxic cloud of carbon dioxide into the water and air. This explained the sudden death of groups of people and animals who lost consciousness and drowned in the water. It is also possible that witnesses saw gas bubbling in the water and mistook this phenomenon for a living being. Other researchers believe that a similar bubble effect caused by the leakage of hydrogen sulfide from the water could also confuse witnesses. Hydrogen sulfide, as dangerous as a cloud of carbon dioxide, can form in reservoirs where a large amount of organic matter decomposes. So what we have are rumors, legends, hypotheses, guesses. The origin of the mysterious monster from Lake Brosno is still an enigma shrouded in darkness. And I will continue bringing stories about cryptids of Eurasia. And if you like my research, please support me through PayPal or Patreon, and you'll see the links on how to do it in the description to this video. And in my channel, you will find a number of other videos about so-called lake monsters of Russia and a few other nearby countries, and of course Eurasia as a whole. And please like my videos, and please subscribe to my channel and tell others. Thank you very much.